New York's a good team, and we didn't approach that game properly mentally.
This game just has that feeling of overconfidence to it, where Philadelphia expects to win because they're supposed to win, but that's a recipe for disaster.
We struggled early. We gave up the first 3 points of the game, and we didn't even tie it up until long after half. So it was a scrappy second half. We finally tied up. We, playing great defense. Our D team was fantastic. We had this perfect opportunity to complete our comeback. We've got the momentum. We've tied it. We're pulling downwind, and we pull from midfield because we just called a timeout. It sounds perfect. It's like it's what you dream about. But the reason they were able to get out is we pulled it out of bounds. And they score upwind to take the lead. And because it was an upwind goal, they were then pulling downwind, and we have to go upwind. But they call a timeout.
Going into that point, we were really just looking to break. Obviously, Callahan was best case scenario, but we were just looking to at least put a lot of pressure on them. We got kind of our playmaker type line on to hopefully seal the deal for us that game.
New York pulls from half field, and Philadelphia knows that they're pulling from half field, so they should set up in a formation that gives them the best opportunity to field the pull quickly. The disc hits the ground maybe midway through the end zone, rolls out the back without anybody getting in front of it to stop it.
Once we saw the pull go to the back of the end zone, we knew there was a chance to make a play.
My role has been all season long to get us out of these sticky situations from the back of the end zone into the wind. And I've been fairly successful so far that season. However, on this particular play,
the cutter, it looked like it was Sheridan, comes in and sort of readjusts his cut for some reason. Wodatch didn't go with him, really. He kind of took half a step, but that close, knowing that you have a possibility for a Callahan, you need to see the thrower.
I was just kind of trying to keep him in and bait him, maybe to throw something he wasn't comfortable with, and once I saw the disc there, I just jumped at it.
The minute I'm releasing the disc, I see him changing direction, and it's all just slow-mo from there.
There's just a miscue between the thrower and the receiver that we see in Ultimate all the time. We also see this in football, and we see this in soccer. We see this everywhere, where there's just a split second of miscommunication. But in Ultimate, if you throw a turnover, the other team gets the disc, and if you're in the end zone and you throw a crap pass, the other team gets a goal.
I know exactly what's going to happen the whole time. It seems to take 8 years to get to the guy. But to John Wodatch's credit, he makes a phenomenal athletic play with split-second reaction time to grab the disc.
And the difference between catching the disc before it hits the ground and getting a Callahan and just making a block and then having an opportunity to score a goal is you receive the disc after you score a Callahan. Nick Harrinet is just sort of standing there motionless with sort of a blank look on his face because there's nothing he can do to stop it. There's nothing he can do to make it better. There's nothing he can do at all.
Once that happened, I knew basically that we had that win.
It really took the wind out of our sails. I think that it ruined our chance at completing this comeback.
Well, obviously it doesn't seem like much with just only getting 2 wins, but it really was great to kind of finally be rewarded for all the effort we've been putting in and finally see it with a W on the scoreboard.
It was a huge loss. Now, if instead, let's just pretend, instead of this Callahan, let's pretend I completed that pass and we score that goal. We'd probably finish our comeback against New York. Now we have a win to come back home and play against DC, and we won that game, so now that's 2 wins. Maybe we have the confidence then to go up into Boston, win that first game, maintain home court advantage into the playoffs. Maybe we win that. And then if we win that, we're going to the championship game. Who's to say we wouldn't win that? If Boston won it, we were pretty close to them. I don't know. Look, you go down that whole path, and does it all come back to this loss? Does it all come back to this play? I don't know.
Backhand or forehand on the pull. And such interesting little things. And he opts to go with the forehand, and this one quickly rolls out of the back of the end zone. Katzenbach over to McClellan. McClellan with the turnover there, and we've got a Callahan!